But for our next story, we head to the Middle East, where Belgium announced on Wednesday that it will join a multinational operation coordinated by Jordan to airdrop aid into Gaza. A military transport plane loaded with approximately 600,900 US dollars in medical supplies of food has been dispatched to Jordan, where it will remain on stand for missions overseen by Oman. Meanwhile, UN agencies, including the World Food Programme, UNICEF and FAO, warned that key food and nutrition indicators in Gaza now surpass famine thresholds. Belgium joins France, Spain and the United Kingdom in planning for executing aid flights. Foreign Minister Maxime Prévost described the airdrops as a first step, urging that they must not replace urgently needed land access. He called on Israeli authorities to open road crossings as quickly as possible. We're now joined by Noor Al-Shana. She's a Palestinian journalist and she joins us live from Gaza. Thank you very much, Noor, for joining us on the programme here on NewsX World. We've had a reported 6 more Palestinians that have died today of starvation and malnutrition. That brings the total up to 175. What can you tell us from the ground, Noor, is the situation? Obviously, the Israeli stance is the fact that there is no starvation in the Gaza Strip. But from the ground, what kind of insight can you give us?
First things, I want to tell you that thank you for inviting me in this channel. And of course, what is going on in Gaza? We still starve in Gaza, and Israeli forces still starve Gaza because they still not opening the borders to enter the tracks of Palestinians for food. So there are thousands of Palestinians, they still starve. And there is many people, they having no access to get food until now. Until now, the Palestinians trying to search about food. Despite the air food from the sky it came, it's not reaching everyone, and most of the food should drop from the sky. It's reaching an area which no one accesses it because Israeli forces they control in that area. So the condition in Gaza is still very terrible in food, and many people are starving right now, and there's no solution until now, and the market is still empty, and the high prices is still suffocating Palestinians sitting that trip.
Yes, and Noor, obviously we've seen terrible visuals coming out of the aid distribution points. Obviously now airdrops have commenced. Also, we've obviously seen reported killings of Palestinians trying to get aid at these aid points. What more can you tell us about the method and the running that the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is at these aid points? If you could tell us any information that you have, anything that you've heard, yes, that would be great.
The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, I want to tell you, what I can tell you, it's a place for Palestinians. The Palestinians, they have no choice just to go there to get food because they have no solution else. From where Palestinians want to bring food, there's no work or even any place to get food from it. Despite Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, which is a trap for them. It's a trap of aid for Palestinians. The Palestinian civilian, when they go to bring food from Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, first things they know, they may be not waiting to alive again. Maybe they will be shot from sniper of Israeli army, which they are waiting to be targeted at time. And there is a lot of men, women, children have been targeted in Gaza Humanitarian Foundation because they wanted just to get a small bag of flour, which is suffering, but because they want to eat, because Gaza is starved, because Israeli forces force us to be starved. They didn't accept open border for us to make food for us as a Palestinian in dignity way. Even when the food is dropped in the sky, to us as a Palestinian is not reaching us. And you should know that 2 million people in Gaza still starve in Gaza. And there is no in market anything. There is still a huge a huge suffering of Palestinians in Gaza. We're trying to search food everywhere, but we still not found it. It's until now. The food which reaches is very limited, and it's not enough to millions of people in Gaza. And you should know that many people are dying right now until now because this food not reaching us in the right way or in dignity way in Gaza Strip.
Noor, just finally, before we run out of time, the Israeli position is that Hamas is looting the aid coming into Gaza. The Israeli position is that Hamas still has a hold on Gaza. How much influence does Hamas have on the Gaza Strip? And do you hear about Hamas looting aid?
You mean about the stealing of aid in Gaza?
Yes.
And they are telling Hamas to steal it.
Yes.
So I want to tell you one thing. There is no Hamas steal food. The people who steal food, that there is a people hungry, they stop the track sometime because they are hungry. They wanted to eat. Because Israeli forces, they are sending just 10, 11. It's not enough to millions of people. But about Hamas steal the food is not true. This is not a true information. Actually, who get that citizen like us, but many people here are trying to steal it because they have no solution to do this. Because actually Gaza still starves, and who will steal some food, they will starve, survive this side, you know? And the people who always become in the night or sometime when the food try to enter, some people, there's a group of people, we don't know who they are actually, are controlling an aid. We don't know they are from where, but and it's not Hamas, this is from Palestinians, the group which they are starved. But unfortunately, the food which came Gaza is not very much, it's very limited. It's not enough anyone. And second things, I want to tell you that this Hamas not steal the food, and they still who steal the food and force them to do the things in Gaza Strip.
Yes, Noor Al-Shana, thank you very much for joining us on the programme. Pleasure having you on. We now move on once again and stay in the region where renewed sectarian clashes have erupted in Syria's Druze-majority Sawida province, killing at least 4 people, including 3 Syrian security personnel and a local fighter. This marks the first deadly violence since last month's ceasefire, which followed a week of intense fighting that left over 1,400 dead. According to the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, clashes broke out at the Tal Hadid and Tal Tharla, with government forces shelling Druze positions. Damascus blames Druze factions for violating the truce, while locals accuse the government of blocking roads and imposing a siege. We once again stay